In a surprising turn of events, FCC Chair Brendan Carr has taken a strong stance against Jimmy Kimmel, following the comedian's recent monologue that has sparked significant backlash. Kimmel's remarks, which went viral, were made during his Tuesday night show, where he controversially labeled the suspected shooter, Tyler Robinson, as a supporter of the MAGA Republican movement. Kimmel expressed his dismay, stating, "We hit some new lows over the weekend, with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it." This statement has not only drawn attention, but has also led to serious repercussions from Carr, who voiced his concerns in an interview with YouTuber Benny Johnson. During this interview, Carr appeared to issue a veiled threat regarding the licenses of ABC affiliates, condemning Kimmel's comments as the sickest conduct possible. He elaborated, saying, "This appears to be an action by Jimmy Kimmel to play into the narrative that this was somehow a MAGA or Republican-motivated person. What people don't understand is that the broadcasters have a license granted by us at the FCC, and that comes with an obligation to operate in the public interest. When we see stuff like this, look, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. These companies can find ways to change conduct on Kimmel, or there's going to be additional work for the FCC ahead." Johnson, in the same interview, expressed a desire for Kimmel to apologize to Charlie Kirk and his family, prompting Carr to discuss potential punitive measures the FCC might consider. He remarked, "I think what you said strikes me as a very reasonable, minimal step that can be taken. Calls for Kimmel to be fired? I think you could certainly see a path forward for a suspension over this. You know, the FCC is going to have remedies." End. Carr went on to highlight various media controversies that have unfolded during the second Trump administration, including the cancellation of Stephen Colbert's The Late Show, the defunding of NPR and PBS, and CBS News's efforts to adopt a more fact-based approach. He suggested that Kimmel's outburst is a sign of desperation from those who feel their influence waning. "So I think you see some lashing out from people like Kimmel, who are frankly talentless and are looking for ways to get attention," Carr stated. "Their grip on the narrative is slipping. That doesn't mean that it's still important to hold the public interest standard. We have a rule on the books that interprets the public interest standard that says news distortion is something that is prohibited. The FCC has stepped back from enforcing it. I think it's past time these affiliates themselves push back on Comcast and say, listen, we're not going to run Kimmel anymore until you straighten this out, because we're running the possibility of license revocation from the FCC if we continue to run content that ends up being a pattern of news distortion. So I think, again, Disney needs to see some change here. As of now, neither ABC nor Kimmel has provided any immediate response to these serious allegations and threats. But here's where it gets controversial. Should comedians be held accountable for their words, especially when they touch on sensitive political issues? Is it fair for the FCC to intervene in matters of comedic expression? We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with Carr's stance? Or do you think Kimmel's freedom of speech should be protected regardless of the backlash?